Jared, sorry, that seat was already taken.
I see Rhino's accelerating even compared to last time. Now he's making his enemies before the first turn.
I thought it was funny.
All right,
Also, it's really hard to write sideways in print of the mouse.
All right. Anyway, go ahead and get your random character, Endorb.
Alright. Mystic powers, who shall I be?
Aaron the Ever-Changing.
Aaron the Ever-Changing is me. I've actually read her, I think.
Move that back over here.
May become an elf. If you are a tree, you must become an elf. What the fuck does that
mean? Okay, shall I explain or just leave it a mystery?
Leave it. Just leave it at that. Just leave. Trees become elves.
Explain when we get to your turn, like the usual. Yeah, Aaron is an elf. Aaron is a bear. Aaron is a raven. Aaron is a tree. What the fuck?
What?
Sounds like a druid to me.
Yep.
Also, if it was only a freaking tree, I was gonna say, is that a nymph? But I guess not.
All right, Dan, go ahead and start us off with your character introduction.
Anyway, I am Warthorn Redbeard, founder of the Red Dragon Inn. Whenever I play some cards, some of them will have a pipe on them, which pretty much work like Gizel's ears, which I pull this off, and it'll add an effect to the story, to my card.
Sounds good, young Iroh.
And like the gears, they happen before the card starts resolving.
So what is the stories thing?
That is basically the random effect. Like, alright, since I'm gonna go first, I'm gonna say I'll play this.
Well, don't do it yet, don't do it yet!
Okay.
We're not going first yet. Or we're not going yet. Just show it off when you go first, because I put it back in your hand. It's back in your hand.
Okay.
It's just, we want to introduce the characters, then Endorb's going to explain the dungeon events, and then we're going to start.
Alright.
Rhino, who are you?
I am Wrench, again. Because he got kicked out so early last time, and I think theoretically he should be better with fewer people.
And in case people don't know what he does,
he has gizmos that do extra things. He essentially summons them like Torgal Snarf summons minions.
And I think they also kind of act like minions in that they can be targeted individually.
Yeah, but mine actually die off eventually.
All right, and Endorb, who is apparently Yes.
I randomly chose my character with the deck of random characters. I got Aaron the Ever-Changing. I am a gentle elven, I think. Elven druid.
No, you're a tree.
So, not right now, but I can become one. So some of her cards will have additional effects when she's in a form, or will change her into a form. So each form has different effects. The elf is vanilla. The bear makes me deal 4 more fortitude damage, but I also ante twice whenever a round of gambling starts. And then there's the raven, where it's whenever I add gold to my stash, I gain a gold from the inn. And whenever I must ante one round of gambling, when I start a round of gambling, I pay with gold at the inn. I also gain more alcohol content. And there's a tree, which reduces the fortitude loss or alcohol content gain by 2. And yeah, I'm a tree.
It's literally just, I could be an elf, I could be a strong bear, I could be a cunning raven, or I could be a tree.
Well, bark skin's a good spell, don't at me.
Alright. And hello, I am Halden the Unhinged. I have a lot of totems that I can play in combos in order to cause different sorts of effects. I can have as many totems in a row as I want, as long as I have drawn them all legitimately. I draw one at the start of each of my turns, and also I can draw one when I play certain cards I choose.
Huh. This is gonna be fun.
So he plays a lot of fairly weak cards all at once, and that's his action.
Out of character, basically, at the start of each of my turns, and when I play certain cards, I can play. I'll put them back in your reshuffle after. I'm just gonna do an example. I get a totem, like this alertness totem. This doesn't come to effect yet, but it has a mind totem on the left and an anger, I think, or
Damage.
damage totem on the right. And so let's say later on I get another totem, generous totem. This is not good for the example, so I'm just gonna grab something else. Also not good for the example. Also not good for the example. Okay, here we go. So I have this raging totem. Now because there's damage on both of these, they link up, which means, and because it links up, that means this alertness totem can come into effect when I want it to. The raging totem cannot come into effect though unless I have something with the soul, or I think, or health or whatever, like was just
Yeah,
there. So basically, it's a line, and the one at the very end does nothing because it's not linked up to something. But there are some that serve no purpose except to be the end. Now, it's also worth noting that, let's say I got this right here, but I want to use this. I can reorganize my totems whenever I want.
Oh.
Literally, that it's not a turn to do that. There's no limits to it. It's just before any time I can rearrange how my totems are, and then whenever I want, I can say, all right, I activate my totems. And so first, I pick a player to get alcohol content, a player to lose fortitude. I lose alcohol content, I gain fortitude, and then I have this at the end, so that happens, or so that does nothing. But if I didn't have that at the end, this would not come into effect. It simply serves in order to allow this one to take effect.
Okay, so what's happening, him?
I'm
You
confused.
say that. I get it.
I'm unhinged!
So basically,
Pretty much a totem on its own does nothing. It has to link up with another totem that has the
The
right.
adjacent symbol.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And that.
best way to describe it is I do a lot of setup and then I go.
Yeah, pretty much he's only dangerous if we allow him to set up and then let him say, okay, I do this now.
But I could also just do stuff like I could also do like small amounts of damage in quick succession if I want to.
Mm-hmm.
There's different ways to play him. He's better off the more turns that he gets, so I would want to use him when we have fewer people, kind of like Rhino Wrench. All right, and Jero.
Hello, all. I am Piper the Eagle Eye Sniper again, and basically what I do, as I've said before, my arrows will block out the sun.
Yeah, just in case
Good
people,
example.
in case people didn't see the previous episode where he played his Piper, he draws from his quiver, which basically is additional cards, and for his action, he can play as many quiver cards as he wants.
Pretty much.
Also, there's no way to get them back once they're out of his hand.
Yeah.
Unless
Alright.
unless the card says so.
Yeah.
All right, and all right. So Endor, do you want to explain the events?
Events. How it works is there's a certain number of tokens on the event thing. So, after everything else, at the very final thing of your turn, you take a token off. If there are no tokens left, then the event happens. So let's take this one as an example.
Everything's fine.
So yeah,
Great
as you can
effect!
see, here's a title, here's the effect, which a lot of them I think will have a choice of 2 effects for each player to take.
Grab it.
And this number here is how many tokens goes back onto the deck. So
Yeah, and the tokens and if I remember right, it's we remove a token at the end of our turn, and it's not like it's the last person in the queue. It's like I take a turn, I take a token, Rhino takes a turn, he takes a token, etc.
yeah, so for that example, then if I got that one and then I put 1 token back on, and then next turn Max will take 1 off,
And
then
then
oh no,
Max
it's
will
another
make
event.
Heroism.
Ooh, this one kind of depends on whether you're a villain or a hero, which is great because we're all heroes
Correct.
for the first time. All
So
right.
for example, I mean, whoops. Alright, you can stop.
All right, I just wanted to look at one more just to get an idea. All right. And how many
So,
tokens
yeah.
start on it?
I'm going to assume 2 because that's what the table said we start on.
All right.
Yep.
And now, are we ready to begin? I am so sorry that took so long.
I believe we're ready. So,
All right, you're going first, Dan.
Alright, I'll start with my discard and draw, which I will not do anything with. And I will play Good to See You! Halden, how is it been going. You will take 1 fortitude damage, and the effect of this card is... Did I ever tell you about kobolds and dragons are related? You impress with your knowledge. I draw 2 cards from my character deck.
Yay!
Yay.
So, so if you don't do anything, you would take 1 fortitude damage.
You're crushing my hand really badly. That's what I use in order to eat shoes.
What?
Alright, and then I gain 2 more cards. Now, I don't get another action because it doesn't say I take another action.
I have wanted to play this guy since the second game.
Okay. Then I will give someone a drink, which... You know what, Piper? I'll give it to you. And then my drink, light ale with a chaser. I have no chasers, so it's just one alcohol.
All right.
Warthorn starts to become drunk.
All right. That means it's Wrench now.
Alright, so as we did that whole thing about how Rhino goes first every time, then we made him go second.
Oh, pull a token off, Dan.
Oh,
It's-
right, yes.
It doesn't matter who pulls it off, I guess. Just have it be. You put it on the stack here.
Yeah, I'm... 1 minute. Okay, so someone already did it for me then. Or
No,
Oh.
we didn't.
Okay.
It started with 2,
Fair.
and you pulled 1
Yeah.
off. All right. Right.
I was worried I took 2 instead of 1.
I'm going to use my turn to set out my miniature mint. And so that is the end of my action phase. So this goes down 1, and I get a piece of gold from the end. Cha-ching.
Hey, that's stealing!
But no, I made it. Because there's no such thing as a banker in this.
Oh, and also, we can really quick. I'm just gonna use this anytime. So I can quick the whole still gonna draw an arrow card.
What? What did he say?
Oh, he's basically drawing it. He's drawing an extra arrow card because of his quick
Anytime.
draw holster.
Yeah.
Oh my god, your hands are faster than Cloud's.
I do love how she has 2 quivers.
Alright, anyway, so I'm gonna order a drink for the crazy guy.
Bananas!
'Cause- Yeah, see? He likes it.
I see Max is getting into character.
And then
Oh, yeah,
I'm going
right.
to drink my drink. Deep 1 draught. Well, that's funky looking.
What's
He'll
Bill
go
doing in
mad
there?
for our new recipe.
Also, Rhino,
Yes.
Oh.
would you kindly tip the wench for your drink?
Fuck you.
You're the one who has a miniature mint. Of course
I'm
you're the one
trying
who
to
has
get
to.
ahead in here, damn it.
Also, while you're doing that, Max, why you tip the bunch?
But all of my money is used for the octopus sermon.
Okay, you need to go with it. I approve.
Anyways, I'm going to say, not now, I'm doing research. And roll this
No, that's
Okay.
only when you ante to avoid gambling.
No.
Look,
Oh,
It's
ignore
not-
the drink.
it's not-
Oh, I thought you were doing it to avoid paying. Sorry.
Yeah.
thing.
So
Yeah,
he's ignoring the drink.
because I got destroyed by drinks last time, so I'm trying to avoid that.
All right.
I will
so-
avoid it by doing a 2 drink instead of saving that card for later.
And now a dungeon. The
All
token.
right.
You take it off.
But
Take it off the deck
I
and
just
put
put
it
it
on
on
the
the-
pile.
Okay, on the top.
Yep.
And so I take this card.
Yeah, put in this
And-
one.
Yep.
Oh, put it
Reveal.
on here.
It is.
Good job, Max.
Drink with friends, dungeon event. Reveal a drink with possible chasers from the drink deck. If you reveal a drink event for blah 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 blah. Each player drinks a copy of the revealed drink. During this event, effects that would negate or ignore a drink instead reduce that drink's alcohol content by 2.
So it's basically
Ooh.
it's basically just
Round around the house.
Yeah, round on that. Also, I like how we have Nitral and Torgal Snarf glaring at each other.
All right.
Yeah.
It's
Especially
four-
after the last game they were in.
It's ales from the crypt. It's 2.
Hmm.
So everyone gets to drink that.
I'm going to go see my mother.
What?
Ignore a drink card.
I'm going to play. This would be perfect for oiling the gears, reduce the alcohol content by 2, and increase the gizmo's fortitude by 1.
Nature's voice, I call you nigh. Purge this poison and purify.
Which reduces the alcohol content of a drink by 2.
Perfect.
I think she's a witch. I like it.
Very good.
Alright, and now I'll put the tokens back on since
When
that was a 5.
And you guys are a bunch of whips. I'm taking a drink.
Same here.
What do you mean? I just purified my drink.
Alright,
I'm
and you need
done
to put
shy after
5
that.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you drink, Dan?
I did.
Okay. All right, Endor.
Alright, see, do I want to discard any of these?
Nitro is
Nigel is probably one of my favorite character designs here.
Agreed.
Though I might also be biased because I'm playing a goblin in my current D&D campaign.
Well, I think Frank looks cool too.
Yeah, I just mean like in terms of like overall character. I like the idea of like a sassy goblin that throws bombs at people, but isn't insane.
Hey Wrench, druids can't fight, you say? Allow me to prove you otherwise!
Hold the card still so I can freaking ult on it.
I tried to put it down here, and then it flew into the prize deck area for some reason.
Pick another player. They lose 2 fortitude, and now you're a bear.
Sadly, the
Sorry,
bear is
I
after.
forgot the safety on my automatic phalanx. You also lose 2 fortitude.
Alright. So, you gotta do that. Healing spirits, privy send, something, make me whole and true again.
All this fighting reminds me of the Glass War.
Also, I'm going to say that exact same prayer a second time.
I don't think that's how gods work, but okay.
This isn't gods, this is nature. Healing spirits, privy send, make me whole and true again.
And again. No,
And again, and again, and again, and again.
You say it once, and then you pause, and then you just say quotation mark.
Alright, now's my order a drink phase, and there are 2 people here without drinks. So I'll give it to the one who goes first. And what do I drink? Ooh, Dungeon Run.
Runoff.
Oof.
You don't want to know where it came from.
You know, fitting we got the Dungeon Event deck and the Dungeon Drink deck.
Oh my god, I use that to make cakes. Always remember to take a token off. At the end
Yeah,
of
you're the one who wanted to do this.
I was reading my form.
No reading.
Alright,
Excuse me.
my turn. All hail to the great hardy totem.
Each other player gains 1 fortitude and pays you 1 gold.
It doesn't do anything yet. That's its effect if I activate the combo.
Oh, okay.
So basically, the one furthest to the right does nothing, and he has to, like, match them up with the icons on the sides.
Question. Did those count against your hand total?
They do not.
No.
Do they look like they're in my hand to you?
Look.
Oh my god, why are voices pretending to be me again? It's not Tuesday.
My favorite part is the stupidly stilted way he delivers the lines.
Anyone who understands this reference will approve. Thank you, Dave Spokesman.
I don't know that.
Yeah, it's fine. All right. Also, oh my god, your hands are all over my totems. Those totems are for your protection. Don't touch them.
Well, I was gonna say you reveal a totem and then you discard and draw.
Oh, right. Sorry. I forgot to do the discard and draw stuff.
Yeah, it's not Wednesday yet. Remember.
I don't want to raise, and also I don't want to raise. Sleeves are only a concept. Does that change what I decide I want to do? No. Hey! Oh.
Hold on, I was looking at. Damn it.
Okay, I thought you were doing that with my main deck on the discard. That said, again, hey, I think I said this 5 seconds ago, but those totems are for your protection. Don't touch them.
So who loses a fortitude?
Piper, get your hands away from Bob. Jero.
Oh.
Jero, you lose a fortitude, Jero, unless you counter it. And because that has a totem in the bottom right, I add another totem. Attentive totem. Alright, currently that does nothing. And
It looks like an ender.
Yeah, it worked.
How many anything or fan? I don't know what Crash Bandicoot out of these totems, right?
Woodaboga!
Luka.
Ikaboku.
Wrong.
It's still a shaman! It's still a shaman!
It's no shaman, I'll give you that one.
He's my chiropractor.
God.
Alright, I'll buy a drink for...
Oh, and also, I'm not gonna appreciate it. I just got to go to Tsushima.
Oh, nice. Tim will appreciate that more. I have not played that in a while.
Oh, because I thought you were gonna play because of the multiplayer thing upcoming soon.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. We could do that, yeah. Anyway, I will... Let's see. Mom always told me bears like to drink.
Makes sense.
Your mother was a strange woman.
My mother did not
I
exist.
think your therapist is quite true.
What the hell?
Solving not black. If it was not the result, it's not, so ignore that. Cannot be affected. So,
No, if Sylvanon Black was not the result of a drink event or chaser, you may split it with another player.
You would each drink 2 instead of you drink 3.
Yeah.
Mom always did say bears were thirsty. Drink with me.
Okay.
So you each take 2.
A drink so disgusting, you have
Don't
to...
say Ikabokum 5 times. It will summon the great beyond oblivion. He owes me rent.
Wait, the Great Beyond Oblivion, do you mean Skyrim?
I have to kill you now.
So did you draw your dungeon token? You missed.
I merely placed it in an alternate reality.
Oh, it's overlapping issues, just don't worry about it.
We got it.
Okay, it's fine. Move onward.
Jero!
Piper, you bitch.
Rude!
I don't think you're a bitch. You're not a dog.
Is she?
I can be a dog, but not in the context of this game.
Okay, wait a minute.
No, you can be a dog. Look, you're already a big clawed dog.
That was a lot of ways that could have gone.
Yeah, they
That
are.
could have been kinky.
I've seen bigger dogs in the forest of Wismos. It's my
Wismos.
backyard.
Okay. First time we're doing this one, but fuck it. Considering we haven't done that much.
I'm having
A
fun.
sniper knows always when to shoot. Start around the gambling. Oh, and you can't get out of it.
Okay then.
Card may not be negated. Players may not play cards to avoid or voluntarily leave the round of gambling. Players may play cards in which other players can leave. But it can only be done to start around the gambling. So
Have this trinket instead.
I have held this gold between my toes for 32 hours.
Yeah.
you're going to accept my own Max, and I appreciate that.
I what?
Hold on. Endor, it says play this card when you would lose gold, which includes paying gold, anteing gold, or half gold. Technically, you don't have to pay.
Put that gold back to the inn.
I thought because the Raven says when you would anti.
No, you are now a Raven after the card is resolved.
Correct. Plus, it has to be one you started.
Alright.
Well, does it have any control?
So he's in the game, but he didn't ante.
But you know what? I can fix that because I raise. Excuse me, I am a mayor.
I also like to raise the dead.
As long as you don't raise the dead in here. Okay, wrench.
Remember, there's a straight take control button.
Right.
Oh, she's only raised.
Oh, also,
Yeah,
as a reminder, what? Well, what?
No, raise takes control.
Yeah.
Fine, not bad.
Also, and as a reminder, and also to explain to the viewers, at this point, we've decided the wench thought it was her tip is bullshit, so now whenever that shows up, because it just taking it out of, I don't think it's in any of these characters' hands, but just in case, if it does ever show up, instead of removing it from the hand and the card, and thus, instead of removing it from the deck and thus having the deck be minus a card, it is considered to just be you take control of the round of gambling instead of the round ends and all the money is no longer existent.
Anyway,
yeah, it's basically a cheat take control.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Anyway,
Yeah.
wrench passes.
I will pass.
Scrambling? I'm in.
Okay. So it's
Gambling,
holding.
I'm in.
Gambling, I'm in.
Find out.
I was waiting for Dan to take control because he's still in.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry.
Wrench passes.
I have a winning hand.
I pause.
No, yep, you got me. I passed.
I pass. Rhino?
Needs to be cheating.
I pass.
Or one on the winning hand.
You
What?
bitch.
I held on to it because I was worried one of you would cheat. Glad you didn't.
Who would cheat at cards?
Wait,
I am only familiar with cheating in regards to satanic possession in baseball.
Go ahead and have this drink. And oh wait, no, that's not right. I now take my drink. Is Tomato juice.
Quote unquote.
Boy, that's a bloody good drink right there. I'm sorry. My accent sucks.
no, you're fine. But yeah, they're gonna go down bad.
I love how he has lime and celery like a normal drink, but also an eyeball instead of an olive.
I know. Honestly, kind of funny.
Okay, so it's my turn?
Yeah, that is my turn. So that is that is how you.
Tammy, no! What did they do to you?
No, it's a quote.
Okay.
It's a quote unquote tomato.
So, I'm gonna start with... Hey, pay attention, and wrench! He's gonna clock you for 2 damage, bitch,
Why?
because you're the highest health of us all, believe it or not.
You bitch. Wait, what? Really?
Yeah!
Yep.
And Wardhorn, this is it. Did I ever tell you about the best tavern wench in the land? You sing Olivia's praises.
Do not speak the name of the demon!
Alright, so this also allows me to put drink cards on 2 people's decks. One for Wrench, and then one for one for Aaron.
I don't know why me.
I don't know why either.
Bears are always thirsty. This is common knowledge. You should know you're a bear.
I'm a raven.
Alright, so that
Oh my
was,
god, my brain is currently 5 minutes back in time again.
that was the first. That was a different drink. So now we go to the order drink phase. And Halden, you could use an extra
Oh,
drink.
also, Jero, did you take a token off when you did your turn?
What?
No, he did not.
Oh, for
For the
event
dungeon
token? No.
event, yeah.
No, I
so-
didn't.
All right,
Yeah,
you know what?
so,
I'll just take care of taking tokens off. I'll just keep an eye on it and I'll do it all
Okay.
myself.
Okay, so I gave someone a drink, and my
Sorry,
drink,
again, that's new for me. Sorry.
my drink is Tartail with the Chaser. Okay. I don't have any other drinks to chase that with, so I will just drink it. And that is one more token off of the.
I took it already.
Cool. Then it is your turn, Wrench.
What about the hot dog?
Chomp, chomp. What was that?
Where am I?
I don't know. We say we have a Red Tavern Inn, but also it appears to be a dungeon.
Where is grandfather?
He's in the pasture.
But grandfather is the pasture.
Alright, I activate
In a way, he's right.
monster distraction engine.
I'm mostly doing this to pass the time while people take their time to figure stuff out, because otherwise I have to cut it out and everything.
Alright, and so that's the end of my action phase. So they're both going to take down. So,
Don't they both activate now, though?
yes.
Yes, that's what he means.
They activate when they tick down.
Oh,
So the monster distraction engine ticks down and fires over at Warthorn.
is it Warthorn or Warthorn?
Warthorn. And you know, you shouldn't mess with a dwarf. So I play this card after I lose Fortitude from a card played by another player. I can't play if it's reduced, so I'll take 1 Fortitude, you take 2.
Now, is it him or the monster distraction engine?
He technically can pick either.
If you blow up the monster distraction engine, it hurts him.
Well,
Uh,
actually check the Gizmo rules if...
it says it, yeah.
Okay,
If
okay.
Gizmo comes players for you, if hit back, player may use that to target Wrench or Gizmo.
Okay, so I have to choose Wrench or the Gizmo. And you know what? I'm gonna hit the Gizmo.
Okay.
It still has 1 Fortitude, so it doesn't blow up yet.
Alright, and then this one ticks down. So I get a gold from the end.
Quick, someone AoE.
Those are my favorite letters.
Really,
Besides 8. Eight. Good job, Stanley. Who's Stanley?
I was gonna go with good job, Halden. Anyway,
And
drink order.
then I'm
Who's-
going to order
Who's
a drink
Halden?
for Warthorn.
And then your drink.
And my drink.
Dark
Dark Ale.
Great friend.
you are Halden.
Oh, I'm Greek.
No, I am me.
Alright,
Alright, dungeon event.
Alright. We got it.
Cave in! Each player pays 1 gold to the inn and discards the top card of their drinking pile as they scramble to safety.
Okay.
Ooh, beard gold.
Oh, wait. hold on.
This card's the top card of their drink me pile, so
I love the one I had,
Yeah.
Evil Spirits.
I think there's a bit of gold in these gears. Player's card when you would lose gold. Use gold from the inn rather than your own stash.
yeah, same here. So that's what I did.
So I take the gold from the inn and pay it to the inn.
Here, can I take that gold? Thank you. And then I'll pay it back. There you are.
And that's a free, so free go back on.
Jero,
Yep.
you did not pay a gold to the inn.
Oh, my bad.
And
Did you discard your drink?
You have to you pay a gold to the end and you discard the top card of your drink deck. I already did that for both of mine.
Oh,
By the
I
way,
didn't do
Max,
that.
message for you.
Oh, then gotta get that.
It's only 2.
Yeah, but still.
okay, and then. Yep. Okay.
My turn. I am an elf once more. I almost drew it from my drink deck by mistake. See, now read all these 5 cards I drew. Hey, Holden, what do you think about nature?
I think he's a nice fellow.
He thinks you don't have the proper reverence for nature. Take 2 fortitude damage.
Hang on, I must activate my totemic shield. Anyway, Nature's a nice guy. I had drinks with him on Sunday.
Alright, man, during my phase where I give people drinks, I'm going to play the card that gives 2 more drinks.
Plan to bring some drinks for my friends.
But Wrench is
That's that
sitting right there.
Alright, so let's just,
He's talking about Olivia, you numbskull.
1 for Holden, 1 for Piper, and 1 for Warthorn. Now, my drink. The
Drink
drinking
about-
contest!
Each player reveals a card from the drink deck and drinks it. The player who reveals a drink with the... Okay, fine.
No,
Cover
we
it
know the
with-
card, you're not seeing it. I drink of water.
No, I want to read it, damn it.
Water and water and water, water.
Alright, Halden.
There's something in my glass.
3. Sure.
So that's 1.
I am a troll on Wednesdays, but today is not.
1.
So it's not Wednesday, it's not Tuesday. We're narrowing it down.
And I pull off gelatinous
Zero.
cube shot.
0.
Oh, wait, what did, oh, you also got 1.
Yeah.
Alright, I
Here, I'll put it in
got...
front of Jero.
Rhino wins with a 2!
2, so Rhino wins.
Oh, and also, a way we can do is just throw it into a pod and then he clicks claim.
You know what that makes, that,
Hold on.
Yeah, screw that.
Here's
noise.
your gold, you bastard.
Alright, and also... I'm going to play, because this does not affect me winning, this will be for oil in the gear, so I reduce the alcohol content. So yeah, let's crank this baby back up. Alright, has everyone paid me?
Yep. Yeah, it's like future reference. You put it all in the middle whilst we're in the middle of the thing. It's,
Yeah, you cheap
Yeah.
bastard. You order a drink and you don't even drink it.
No, I did drink it. I just used it for other things too. I was efficient.
I didn't drink
But you're
it,
a-
but my
I thought you
machine
were a-
did.
I thought you were a kobold, not a fish.
Right.
Uh.
Max's turn.
Okay, token comes off, and then totem gets drawn. Okay, well, this is great.
Nice combo you got there.
Yeah, shut up. Discard.
Pleasant totem, attentive totem, hearty totem. They're also nice.
oh, just you wait.
They're all-
They smile
they're all-
at me and listen to my stories.
The 2 green ones are smiling.
Uh, Sorry, the face on this card I just drew. I can't wait to play this so that you can see it. You know, I commune with spirits, I don't command them. So... Aaron, you got smacked.
Accursed spirits. These aren't the kind of spirits I like.
Ah, here we go.
You have a chain now.
Here we go. Let's see.
That's not good.
Now, I just want I need to check something in the rules regarding what it takes in order to do a combo.
Do you have to have like a starting thing, or is it like
Okay,
an
action
No, I
and
mean like
order. So.
Oh, during your action phase, you may play both an action card from your hand and one totem combo. Combo. Everybody, you get a fortitude and I get gold.
Now, question. Whenever you, does the one that reveals a totem, I assume that totem doesn't count until the current ones are cleared?
Correct. And
Okay.
and every totem that is part of the chain is discarded.
I just realized I've got the first effective Raven form, so when I won that gambling, I was told one from the inn. But I rectify that now.
All right, everybody gets a fortitude and gives me a gold.
I've already paid you.
All right, has anybody not done that?
I paid.
I paid with gold I just spawned. Ha!
Jero?
Hold on. We gain a you said gain a fortitude and give you a gold.
Fortitude, then pay him gold. Yeah.
Because of the hearty totem.
There you go.
I healed you with the power of death. I don't know how it works either.
But you did it.
Snails!
Fair enough.
All right, and I reveal a totem because of the bothersome totem in there.
Enlightened totem.
Now, and of course, I can't do anything with that yet. So, but I did already play a thing, so now it's just draw or order a drink and drink. There is no liquid in Wrench.
I like to think I'm well oiled.
I'm consuming Ogre Brew.
Again? Oh no, wait, it was Troll Brew last time.
Last time
This
was
is
Troll
stronger.
Swill. This is Ogre Brew. This proves it's not Thursday.
Alright, so it's not Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. There'll be 4 more options.
Didn't he say there was only something that happened on Sunday as well?
I missed that.
Only Sunday happens on Sunday.
That doesn't narrow it down.
It's not wrong.
Why does it need to be thin?
Okay, Jero.
I'm having fun!
I've noticed. I'm discarding that, drawing one from here, and maybe 2 from here. Oh, son of a bitch! Freaking.
The title of the episode is absolutely going to be from one of Halden's cards, or from one of the random things I say.
That's why so many like title candidates help.
It's the awesome part of this game.
I could. Fuck it, we're beginning rain early.
What's happening?
I sense arrows. Lots and lots of arrows.
Oh, hold on, I didn't finish this drawing.
Hold on. First.
Here we go again.
Oh boy. You're about to get your reaction cards.
Let's see. Who's in it? Okay, first, the Shero, again, what was it? Oh, Aaron, give me a gold.
Take it yourself.
Wow.
Well, your hand was right there and mine wasn't.
And also by doing that, I draw another arrow card.
I feel like my turn will not come for centuries.
You just had your turn.
Wait, that's the least unhinged thing he said.
What's a
Is he-
turn?
I do the hero, because the player, myself and that player both lose the fortitude. That would be you, Holden.
Why am I being attacked by bunnies again? It's not Friday.
Again,
Also, I draw another card thanks to that.
Oh, boy.
it's apparently not Friday either.
I really hope you guys aren't just targeting and beating me up, because I'm noticing I am easily the weakest right now.
I have not touched you.
I have 11. The next lowest is 14.
When I hit you, you were tied for a second.
But this rabbit is bitch. What? That is his name?
No, his name is Pookie.
Poogie translates
what
to
other arrows
bitch
do we have to
in
deal
one
with?
of my 37 known languages.
Again, I now use the alero and give that one to and I'll give that one to you freaking Rathorn. So you lose one point to it, and I'll give you.
Did you say Wrathhorn?
Crap.
He did.
Okay, so I jumped in at the best time, and
Right.
sir,
I
nice
think you
helmet, Dimly, sturdy too. Ignore an action sometimes or anytime card that affects your fortitude.
It is considered an action.
Fair play. Fair play.
Hey,
Okay.
Where do I get helmets like that? I need it for my hand.
Talk to Dimly.
You know
Who
what?
is Dimly?
Just to show I'm not that mean. The Caro, which I will give to you, Holden, to give you 2 fortitude. All in return to 1 gold.
Thank you for the health. Have
Also,
a health.
Also, you gain 2 fortitude as well.
This health is made of yellow rock.
Oh yeah, Jero also gains 2 fortitude.
So I'm back to normal. And
You're at 19, not normal.
oh, well, close to normal.
I don't understand. You shot me with 2 arrows, and I feel better than I did before.
And I will now also do the million arrow and also get to go for the end.
You still have another arrow in your hand.
Oh, I know. I'm saving
questions
that
if he
one.
plays.
Oh, I know. I'm saving that one for later.
So we have.
The scariest thing you can hear.
If a Piper player says this, I'm saving this arrow for later. They're either really bad or really good.
I mean, that was like a good chunk of his arrows, so you don't have to worry about those for the rest of the game.
I can't wait for him to get the sparrow.
Oh, I think I'm going to quiver. Don't you worry.
That's why we worry.
And considering pretty much all that, I will now give the drink of choice, and I will give that to
Literally everyone has one.
so you, and I'll take my drink, which is
Wizard's Bane with a Chaser.
I have no
chasers.
no chasers, so
But you do
I
gain
will-
a fortitude from that if you drink it.
Yeah, I'll gain the fortitude and I'll take the 2 drinks. So all in all, I'm kind of fine.
Yeah,
You see
that's
colors, the room spins. This stuff is terrible.
Honestly, all in all, I'm actually back to basic.
Okay. Also, that is your turn. So the dungeon event goes off.
Oh,
Dungeon event.
all right, then let's see.
Staring contest. In turn order, each player chooses 1. Pay 1 gold to the inn and lose 2 alcohol content, or put all the cards in your hand on top of your character deck in any order, and until your next turn, you ignore all action cards, including gambling on it.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Okay, it's in turn order, so it starts with Dan.
That starts with Jero since it's still his turn.
Oh, okay.
So either pay 1 gold to the inn to lose 2 alcohol content, or put all the cards in your hand on top of the character deck, and you ignore all action cards until your next turn.
So
You know what?
So basically, you're just out of the game until your turn.
Well, no,
Yeah.
other things can do it, but
You know what? I'm doing that.
You're gonna.
Oh wait. I gotta think about it. Is there the one to get rid of these cards? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna pay the gold.
But you don't actually get rid of them, you drop them back on your turn.
Yeah, but I also thinking you need to discard then draw, remember? So I don't want to get rid of 2 cards, so no, yeah, I'll pay the gold. And lose all content.
I feel like this is the
Well-
most professionally our games have been played so far. We're all like,
Well,
trying to be
technically,
fairly balanced.
I know exactly what to do. I'm not gonna pay my gold. I am just gonna take it.
Yeah, because you're
Technically.
coming up in a second.
I would.
Although I question why you wouldn't pay gold. I guess you don't have much, so that's the reason.
Yeah. Also, Jero, did you heal?
He did his alcohol.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You did. Okay. So you're better off than when you started before you drank your beer.
All right. Wrench will pay a gold.
I too will pay a gold. Oh, great sobering spirits!
Let's do the order for this first. I'm going to be doing the thing because it's going to be a long time before my turn. So
It will be a long time before my turn.
no, I'm talking out of character right now because this is meta stuff. This is cards. I mean, I'm gonna. Ooh, wait a minute.
Lose 2 alcohol is pretty good, though.
Also, I just realized, so when my turn comes around, I would basically get these cards back +1.
Yeah.
And that would be my draw phase. Ooh.
Yeah.
Then you know what? Instead, whoop, floor gold.
Fair enough.
I put the tokens on top.
All right, then it comes back to me.
Yep, Dan's turn.
Okay. Then I will draw my 7 cards.
There are all
Oh,
sorts
your
of
last pathetic card, you geek.
there are all sorts of great things on the floor, such as this token of death from the graveyard to the east, and this
Four
bottle
people?
cap.
Guys,
But
I know what my patrons like. I get to look at my drink me pile.
you put a card from it face down onto each other player's drink me pile. Put the rest back in your own drink me pile in any order.
That,
So if you
that
have a ton of
assumes you
drink-
have a stacked pile. Jeez.
yeah, if you get a stacked pile, you can pretty much just redistribute it.
Yeah,
Oh, and that
so-
means he's going to get sober because he's not drinking.
Yeah, and plus
So
he knows
this is
exactly,
yours.
he knows exactly what he's giving people.
Yeah, and this is yours.
Could it not be? Because I feel like I don't want it.
Well, I don't want to turn into a raven next turn.
I also don't want to turn into a raven next turn, but
Also,
sometimes
that-
it happens.
That means he's not going to drink this time.
Yep. So I'm gonna buy a drink for. You know what? Piper, because she has no drink, and let me drink. Oh, I don't have a drink, so I sober up a little bit.
I think it's the first time this has happened.
It is.
Gambling, I'm in.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, so Wrench's turn. Oh wait, first.
Sorry,
right.
I was editing a previous episode recently, and I got to the part where it was like I do this. I don't think so. I don't think so. Me gambling, I'm in.
The
Got
token's
rid of
been
the trade.
moved and Wrench is doing his turn.
Okay. I activate Wrench's Little Helper.
He looks like he struggles with potassium.
Alright, so now to determine the order of which my gizmos activate. First, I activate Gizmo's Little Helper to restore a fortitude to the monster distraction engine, which then loses that fortitude as it goes off and hits Aaron.
Ouch! That's mean.
And then the miniature mint goes off and gets me money.
You can just grab if you just grab and drag the chest. Just
I like the little ching. I like the little ching effect.
It's more fun when it spits it out.
Yeah.
Of course, you would know that, Aaron.
And then
Heavens, I have no idea what you
I'm going to
mean.
order a drink.
I don't either.
For
Why did I say
Rothschild.
this?
Now it's time for what I know is about to happen to you.
Oh boy, what is this? Drinking contest! Alright, so it's me first, right?
Yep.
That's your what?
Try to like negate the event.
Hold on. Okay. Alright, so I reveal a drink event, which is a 0. Alright. Aaron. Elven wine with a chaser. Let's reveal
how
that.
did you trade this for?
Which means you have to pull another.
Yeah,
From
you
the
gotta pull-
top?
Yep,
Yeah.
from the top of the deck.
Oh, that was the last one.
The wench dares you.
But it's a drink event, so that's how you get a
so
3.
3.
Yep, so who wants to roll the drink deck for our
I
next
will.
drink?
I'll do. Okay.
Sorry.
Jero
You
said
know
it
what,
first.
Rhino, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, Rhino, you're the one who activated this.
Woo!
Everyone tip the in.
8.
M.
No, that's Munchkin.
Oh.
We had that one last game. Like,
Really?
So. You had
Okay.
left by that point, so
Reroll.
No.
Oh. Okay,
7.
Munchkin.
I was gonna say we would redo it because we had Munchkin just last game.
To be fair,
Didn't we
So-
have 7 and 5 as well?
I don't remember the numbers, but the Munchkin one is gimmicky.
Okay,
Not
so
really.
number 7 then.
Let's just go 7. It's fine.
Alright. Aaron, did you drink your drink?
I'll click it, I guess.
Also, why are we giving?
Yeah,
Because-
to be in.
yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
why?
Because we got a new
Attack.
drink bag.
Oh right, yes. Duh.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Aaron, did you drink your drink?
Yes, as you can see, I went from 0 to 3.
Okay.
Even in the law.
Max, your turn.
I am in control of the round of gambling.
We're drinking.
Not what we're doing.
Oh,
He just gets a 4. I am in control of the round of drinking.
Chieftain's
Chief
ice beer.
Beer. That's a 5.
5.
Ooh.
I remember seeing that one.
Me
Just
too.
Just like Bob used to make.
Wait, did we freaking?
It's your go, Jared.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just double checking. Did we shuffle before you do that?
They're randomized
It comes
when
out.
they're
It comes
spawned.
out. It comes out shuffled.
Yeah, but
Oh,
my
okay.
question
Yeah.
is, did he drink it? And if so, why is it affected his alcohol content?
I was waiting
he's
to see
not
if anybody did stuff first. So, also, you gotta give me longer than 2 seconds, Rhino.
Oh,
Well,
so
it's
yeah,
because Jiro had
I'll
already drawn his drink.
do that too.
I drew my drink, and you guys were like, "Oh wow, that's a 5." Jero draws his drink. Rhino, why haven't you done it immediately? It's been a whole half second. Oh my god!
I get a shot of rum.
So Max wins.
Holden's leaking over into real life. Everybody just click on the exclamation mark gold, I think, and I'll just hit pod. I was in control of the round of gambling all along.
Well, that was an interesting drink.
I gambled with my liver.
And you lost.
Alright, and so it's the end of my turn, so I draw a dungeon token.
I lost, but my wallet won, just like when we play chess.
Aaron's turn.
Hey, Wrench, druids cannot fight, you say? Allow me to prove otherwise by destroying your little helper.
Wow, Wrench, why do you keep saying that?
So first of all, sorry, I forgot the safety on my automatic phalanx, and you also take 242 damage.
Alright.
Yeah.
But hey, you take 1 damage because your thing explodes.
No, not my little helper.
2 thumbs up.
I told you he had problems with potassium.
Too many bananas.
So I do take 1 fortitude.
Shouldn't that go in like an actual?
No,
Oh, no.
it's all in my character thing.
Oh, okay. I thought it would have been a side deck. Okay.
Nope.
No, just like the minions, they're actually just normal cards with special rules, basically.
Alright, so now you order a drink.
I'll give this one to the guy who won the drinking contest. Makes sense.
Pepperoni.
Then I drink Dragon Breath Ale.
Oh, we got some doozies in this deck.
Well, this was before we got the next drink deck, so
Yeah, that was when Dan gave out his drinks to the world.
Why, thank you, Warthorn. I believe you should tip the wench for serving me such a fine drink.
y'all are gonna bleed me dry.
Welcome to my life for the first 2 games.
You
Yeah,
kind
that-
of deserve that for
That was
giving me
my
a
life in the
4.
first game too.
Yeah, but then you won the second game. Alright, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Oh, but first.
Wait, was that dungeon number 3?
No, sorry, I'm,
It did put it back, and I'll put the token back.
sorry, I'm trying.
Warthorn, you look thirsty. Are you thirsty? You really look thirsty. You didn't drink anything last time. Drink something now.
Drink from the top card they're drinking.
Drink now.
Ale of Intrigue for 2. You know what? Sure, 2 alcohol for 2 character cards.
I may have made a mistake.
I make mistakes every day of my life.
I was just like, he didn't
When I
drink.
get out
Let's
of
make
bed,
him... I was just like, he didn't drink. Let's make him drink.
my greatest mistake was me.
But at least we can order him more drinks before his turn comes up, so hopefully he doesn't just cost them all to us again.
Alright, my turn.
Yeah.
The Great Totem declares, Bob.
Okay. Noted.
You know, I could have used you declaring a round of gambling if you tossed that away. Because I see 3 high rollers here.
What do you mean? I'm at the amount of gold I had when the game started.
3 high rollers here.
And I haven't even gone after people's gold in this game. I just keep making my own so I can maintain status quo.
You know, I think I've said this before, but I commune with spirits, I don't command them. Isn't that right, Piper?
Really?
You're the healthiest.
know.
Actually, no! Reg, you're actually the healthiest, because you haven't drank!
I got sober because of that thing that happened.
The spirit was about to hit Piper, then it realized Wrench.
Get rid of his gold thingy-majigger.
We already called it.
And so I get another totem.
Generous totem.
Wait, I need a drink first.
Huh?
Well, he can rearrange it as he pleases.
And I could do my totem I could rearrange whatever I want, and I do my totem combo in addition to my action if I want to do. Which I
you
do.
want to do it? Okay,
Yeah.
what do you got?
I draw a card from my character deck. And pick another player. They must pay you 1 gold. You're literally creating gold over there, Reggive.
What I get for trying to maintain status quo instead of being weak or strong.
And the last one didn't do anything because it was just...
I feel very targeted by you this round, sir.
That's because you were the healthiest, and also you literally have something that makes money, okay?
I would only have it for at most one more turn.
You say that.
Anyway, now that that is done, I could cap this off by giving you a drink, but I will give one to Wardhorn, or possibly Warthorn, or Wrathhorn. I don't know your name, sir.
I called him Rothschild. No one noticed.
I'm just going to call you Threebeard because your beard looks awesome.
Well, yes, some fellas from this excavation corporation gave me the idea to make my beard like this today.
I wish I could do that, but my beard is in hell. My favorite part is when Rhino just takes in an inhale and then he just starts chuckling.
Yep.
Anyway, what is Halden's drink?
Wine?
Wine. Classy.
I don't know why, but I just imagine like if anyone's seen like in Emperor's New Groove, so like instead that gif of like drunk pretending to take the drink, but just spilling out of his chin, and that somehow he still gets alcohol from that.
Before I drink this, I am going to affect it with totemic temperature. I make it hotter, and so it evaporates. I don't drink. I may have misread this card, but I don't care. It worked.
Yeah, it says temperance.
I know what it says. I was in character.
Anyway, my turn.
No. Dungeon event.
Yeah.
Oh right, my bad.
Event.
Blood money, I'm in. You get a round of gambling as though the current player just played gambling, I'm in. During this
Son of a
round,
bitch.
whenever a player must ante, that player may instead lose 1 fortitude for each gold they would ante. If they do, their ante comes from the inn instead of their own stash. Dan being healthy over there might want to do that.
No, I'm gonna start by paying 1 gold.
I'll also pay a gold, and I take control of the round of gambling.
I will do the blood money and give a fortitude.
And what do we have for Wrench and Aaron over there?
Are you in or out?
If you're with me, give a shout!
Hey! Dad, I'm so glad you know that!
Please provide us with the blood of your enemies or gold.
What's going
Enzo,
on?
are you even here? By the sounds of it, he was not.
I've returned.
Cool. Look at the dungeon card that came up. That's what we're doing now. So far, everybody has anteed it in one way or another.
Yeah, you can either pay fortitude and take money from the inn to gamble, or you can use gold from your stash.
All right. I'm a bear.
Oh, okay. All right. So it counted as me, so it's now Jero to play a card.
Oh, right.
Gambling. Are you?
Yeah, no. I am. I take control.
You know what? I'm just gonna get this out of the way very early. Winning hand.
Well then!
Anyone want to debate that?
Rhino still has his mic muted. I am hoping he's keeping up somehow.
I'm back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Okay, 2 gold because Bear, and so far as I know, only one thing has actually happened, and that's Jero taking control.
Well, I just got a winning hand.
So now it's your turn.
Pass.
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 And that means it's mine.
Now question real quick. Because I know we've had cards that say before, but a winning hand does not beat a winning hand, right? I think
No,
there
it's
was
That's right.
a card that was like, oh, can't be contained by a winning hand, but then some winning hands didn't say it, so I was...
Well, the next card to take control must be a cheating card. Winning hand isn't a cheating card.
Fair enough.
So, all right.
So, all mine.
Oh, damn.
Dan, you needed that.
Yeah, you
Yes.
needed that.
So thank God for the dungeon event.
Okay. Can someone put 4 tokens down?
Oh right.
Alright.
And I
Okay.
believe now it's my turn.
Yep. Now it's your turn.
Okay, discarding this. Drawing one of these. And I need 4 of these. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Oh my god!
I have a feeling you're about to see a lot of arrows.
No, it's more annoyed. Oh my god.
Ah, he got gambling cards.
He must have gotten the pancakes.
Well. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip my action phase, and I'm going I'm going to give a drink to.
Is that the first time someone skipped her action phase?
Yeah.
So I don't know why, but probably because I'm becoming part Halden, but I just tried tilting my camera down to be like, are you able to see people's hands by looking under the table? And it literally doesn't let you. It literally doesn't let you go.
Coffee.
If you switch camera mode to first person, you can actually go under the table.
And I'm good now.
Okay.
So token comes off then.
For the record, if you look under the cards, it just shows the back of them.
Well, I have exactly 7 cards, so I can't do anything else.
Well, unless you discard.
cards.
Also,
Yeah.
also, Dan, what'd you find out? You know what I'm asking?
After the game, it shouldn't be on recording.
Oh.
Just say
Is it not
It's-
related to the game?
It's not related to this game.
Okay.
Anyway, Halden or Rhino, if you do not keep,
I'm sorry. I liked the look of you just having a pile of gold and sitting instead of a stack. I'll do it to my gold.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you don't stop that, this is coming after you.
I stopped when said.
Halden, may I ask why your feet are on my table?
What are feet?
No feet on the table! Pow! You lose 3 fortitude.
Damn, that's a hard hitter.
But
What
I
do you
have a
expect me to
totemic
pull?
shield on my feet.
Ching! Son of a bitch! You darn kids and your magic and your totems and your arrows and your gears.
In your card games.
On motorcycles.
Also, Rhino, are you happy?
What?
Alright, gave a drink to Piper, and my drink is a light ale.
Bitch. Some that's my gold.
Not anymore.
Anyway, that was. Oh, wait. There's.
Yeah. Well, Max is playing with his
There we go.
gold.
I got it. It is now Wrench's turn.
I am attempting to create the great summoning circle of Mirkoth.
Who's Mirkoth?
Mirkoth comes! We hear the barking of Mirkoth! Kuyani Scotzi! Kuyani Scotzi! He comes forth. I do not know what happens when he comes forth, but he does. Would have been a good idea to look into that first.
I'm gonna have to make the next drink more alcoholic.
I'm sure he'll stop soon.
You got him, Spectre.
He is speaking the language of the gods.
Alright, so...
That must be crazy.
Also, Wrench has more gizmos than I thought he did. Good to know. I'm going to activate the automated oil can.
I thought you were going to activate the howling of the dogs.
Alright, so at the end of my action phase, I'm now going to start activating my gizmo. So I activate the automated oil can to increase the numeric effect of the monster distracted engine. And it's going to fire at Holden
Why would you do this?
because you have my money.
What does this? What does this count as?
It's 2 fortitude loss. And it's an action card, I guess.
Hang on, did I miss something?
What do you mean?
Hang on,
Pretty
did
much
I miss
he-
something?
Pretty much, he left, and then the arrow hit. He comes back. Hang on, did I miss something? Basically-
I ignored action that affects my fortitude.
Okay. Alright, so that lost fortitude, so the numerical addition goes away. And then my little miniature man activates for the last time.
Also, I like how specifically I'm the only one you're targeting for taking your gold. Other people have taken your gold too.
There were other reasons too. That was the decision I decided to voice.
He wants you to be in last place again.
No, it was also because of the fact that, judging by Jero's response whenever he drew his hand, I'm assuming most of what he has is reaction cards, so I knew I wasn't going to target him. My next target choice was going to be Holden, but I couldn't. I don't think
It's
he was
pronounced
going
Halden, thank you very much.
No,
It is an A, not an O.
My next choice was going to be Warthorn, but he also just had a full hand, so I didn't want to go for him. I realized you had used your totem shield, so I thought there was a lower chance for you to actually be able to block it. Turns out you could. I was actually just trying to make it effective.
It is only Holden on Mondays.
So
Saturday.
it's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday.
It's Saturday.
No, it's Friday.
Alright, anyways.
No. He said, what did you say happens on Friday?
Friday.
Anyways, time
I
to...
thought I was the one who did mathematician answers.
Wine with a chaser. I
Math
do
is
not
hard.
have a chaser. Hold on.
Okay, he's going to oil his machines with wine again.
Nope.
You know, if you oil your machines with wine, maybe that's why they explode. I think I said something smart.
Was it smart?
What's smart?
Alright, so,
Ending my turn, so let me get this token off here.
Where am I?
it's my turn. I'll do this.
Just go back to sleep, Holden.
But when I go to sleep, Neanderthal comes after me.
Neanderthal?
Neanderthal. He is the ancestor of all Neanderthals.
Then
At least it's not a Neanderthal.
Then with
No,
And with this
Neanderthal comes on Saturdays.
and with this arrow, I say, begone, thought. I saw it, gentlemen. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm surprised Rado didn't respond to that, by the way.
Huh? What?
I said no, Neanderthal only comes on Saturdays.
so we've used all of the days. So what
We are
day
in the
is-
void.
We are in the void.
This is the void
We
of
are
time.
in the beam.
This is the void of time in which no one is able to escape. Over there's the guitar shop.
So, Aaron,
Yeah, I was just waiting for him to, like, lose loyal steam.
I'll never lose steam, buddy.
Wrench, I know of your misdeeds. A little birdie told me. I target your all-night oil can, and because I'm a bear, it deals 2 damage instead.
Okay, now there's targeting going on.
I mean, he made a good point about Piper over there.
Yeah, it's a regular action. Damn it.
And besides, he's going to use that oil can to deal more damage to people. You should be thanking me.
I'll get revenge for you, Rhino. Don't worry.
Rhino,
What?
are you even paying attention?
No, I was trying to look something up because I had a question about one of my cards, but I can't find anything on it. So what's happening?
So,
I deal 2/4 damage to the oil can.
Why 2?
I'm
because
a
he's
bear.
a bear.
You're a bitch.
No, she's a bear.
Well, hey, at least I'm not being the one to fill your empty drink deck. Holden gets one.
I've been saving the oil can so I can chain some nice things.
Also,
Well-
you afforded to because it was destroyed.
Ooh, Dwarven Firewater, life is making me pay. Nah, I can't affect it. And hey, now a dungeon event happens.
Everything's fine for now. Alright.
If dungeon event happens the turn after this one, my bad.
So first I get a totem. Cleansing totem. Alright, that's currently useless.
Wait, why is the cleansing totem making people lose fortitude?
Because it's purging your bodies of bad.
Oh,
bad humor.
that was the totem deck! I didn't. I'm not actually seeing them, and I'm going to be shuffling anyway.
Hey!
I grabbed a card from your hand. Sorry about that.
Well done.
I'm
Well
sorry.
done,
I always
Alvin.
get confused about which hands are mine. I see 17 of them.
He has now gone full Halden and is now taking other people's cards.
Guys, we may want to put him out of his misery.
Already planning to just stay still.
And then the arrow fires. Ooh, piece of candy. He ducks and misses. It missed.
He doesn't somehow hit Rhino.
Wow,
Hey.
what are the odds of that?
You know, I have to ask something. Aaron, are you questioning my sanity?
Oh please, you have the sanity.
I think I can do the thing, hold on. Nature, grant my oaken skin, shield the mighty heart within!
I don't think so.
Yikes!
Nice face! Holden! I don't think so!
Fair enough.
Is it bad? No.
You are now a true.
I feel lightheaded after doing that. Jeez.
You're now a tree.
No, it says elf.
Yeah, but you had to use the negate card to negate his I don't think so. Which means now your thing can go through to protect you. Right?
It makes me an elf.
Yeah, you are now an elf. It's weird, but it should turn him into a tree, but it doesn't.
Because if it turned me into a tree, I'd have reduced it by 4.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh.
I said
I
dark
thought
skin
it
to go
turned-
to spell,
Oh,
I just used it.
I thought it turned you into a tree, not. Okay. Now I'm being Halden.
Oh, I did not know there was a
he's
second Holden.
Everybody's Halden.
Are there any other Haldens I need to know about?
Holden.
Quack!
God damn it! I fucking knew it. I knew that was gonna respond. God damn it.
Get the hell out of my hand.
I had to do it for the sake of the joke.
All right, Holden. Give someone a drink.
Hold it.
Not that Holden. This Holden.
Quack.
I thought we got rid of those damn majestic space ducks.
Jeez!
Also, I'm surprised you're giving Gerald a drink.
I'm making sure that he and Dan both have chasers.
Yeah, especially because Jiro's the one with the highest health.
Wizard's brew.
Quack! Quack!
They are speaking my language. I must attempt to barter. I would offer you my soul, but it belongs to 17 people. Half of which are me. Can I interest you in bread?
So are you gonna take that?
What's happening? Oh, right.
I can't tell if that was in character or not.
Just assume it was.
Whiplash.
It makes it funnier.
It doesn't.
And my turn, right?
Nope,
Yep.
dungeon event. Wrathful
right, yeah.
Revenants! Each player loses 2 fortitude. Players may reduce or ignore the fortitude losses that came from an action card.
Ugh.
Ouch.
I lose the fortitude I just gained!
You know what? We dwarves are hardy folk. Ignore an action or sometimes card that affects your fortitude or alcohol content.
I can afford to despair.
And it has a pipe.
Yep, so it's story time! Let me tell you this story. Did I ever tell you about the time my patron defeated Mordegar the Mad Dragon? The celebrations get a little rowdy. Everyone else loses 1 fortitude. And the
Wow.
battle for Greyport was won that day.
There goes half my health.
I did not listen to that story, but for some reason my nose is bleeding.
Wait, who put a dark ale in my discard?
Not me.
Python!
Anyway, it's my turn, I believe.
That is my favorite coding language.
What is code?
No, those numbers you see in your sleep.
But the numbers tell me how am I supposed to summon the Great Lords? And also my dog. He was run over by a carriage that he was driving.
Okay.
He was a bad driver.
I mean, in this day and age, it's completely possible.
He was very smart. He had my brains. Literally.
Okay, I will once again. Oh, fuck's sake. I will once again skip my action phase. I will.
Also, I just did it to like make Rhino happy, but I think my
Think
gold
for
being in a
you?
pile just kind of fits my character.
By the way, for those that didn't realize that the dungeon event killed my last gizmo, did additional damage to me.
Ah.
So I am now second to last.
A halfling stout.
But you're not second to last, you're third to last.
Well, Holden has a lot more money than I do.
You know, I feel like it would be considered a conflict of interest if Wardhorn won in his own establishment.
Well, right now, Piper's winning. Because
Okay,
no one
so
wants to attack her.
We should.
No, Warhorn has 12 health total to Piper's 10.
Well, she was winning before.
well, let me
They were
let
tied
me-
until she
Let
drank.
me attempt to fix that with, hey, pay attention, Piper! 2 fortitude damage to you.
Rude.
And today's story is, did I tell you about the time we cleaned out goblins in the basement?
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
all
like if
you.
Nitro was here, she would find this very offensive.
Yep. And I shall order a drink, and I'm gonna give it to...
I don't think I will tell her this story next time I see her. She never listens anyway.
Why don't you give it to the one who to the one who doesn't have a drink?
Alden. I have my reasons.
I don't understand why, but it feels like people just really want me to be drunk or dead.
Anyway, Now I get to order another drink for Wrench over here. And my drink is
Halden would ask, but I'm gonna ask.
water! Ah, straight from the horse's trough. And the goddess heals, but so does the ale. At the
Wrench
effect-
thinks you should stop playing with the drinks.
Oh, then that means no fortitude. Warthorn will remember this.
What happened?
He stopped me from getting 2 fortitude from drinking water.
Why would you gain 2 fortitude from drinking water?
You played a
Because I
card
have-
to do it.
Yeah, I played the goddess heals, but so does the ale.
Alright, so did you draw your dungeon token?
No, I did not.
I just did it.
Thank you.
Alright. So my turn. Discard that. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and now I'm gonna ask probably Endor, since he knows the most. I'm gonna activate Buckler in a box. So Endor, I did my damnedest to look this up, and I could not find the question you were being asked. Does Buckler in a box also help defend gizmos?
I am
Whenever-
pretty sure the answer is no.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I
whenever
figured.
so whenever you would lose it, you would lose. It's decreased by 1, and I guess it means that the fortitude goes to it. But if it breaks down protecting you, it doesn't deal damage.
Well,
to
it
you.
doesn't say.
No,
It doesn't say. It doesn't say it takes the damage. It lowers the fortitude loss by 1, and this thing just loses. I assume you activate it on your turn as an action, lower the thing, and then it's active until your next turn or something.
It's a passive, so it takes down every time on my turn. It's just on until it's gone.
Also, right on the top of this page here, it says Gizmos ignored event cards. So that other one wouldn't have taken that damage.
But it says
Okay,
it's
so-
treated as an action.
No, he's referring to something else.
Oh,
Yeah.
the dungeon event. Oh.
Yeah, drink and
Well,
feed, and
it got destroyed by Wrathbeard's thing anyway.
which one? Oh, by the 1 damage from right, because that is a story.
Okay, but good to know. Thank you.
You killed a machine with a story. I'm gonna tell you about the time my buddy Keith and I.
Warthorn would be the one to be that person.
Really, not Halden.
Alright, anyway, so this ticks down. And, you can have a drink if you don't have one. And then I drink. Mead. Blah, blah, blah. They split it with another player. Okay, I'm gonna split it with Piper.
Are you sure, Rhino?
What? Oh.
Well,
Well, that's
That's
mean,
just
though.
being-
And
yeah, that's
Piper-
being mean.
yeah.
People have been mean to you all game.
Well, they could be mean to me, but not Endor.
I'm too sweet for that.
I don't like being the one to kill people. So yeah, I'm gonna split it with Piper.
All right, I just want to make sure you knew at least.
So Piper, you up for a twofer?
Jero.
Again, sorry, I blanked out for a second. I'll see my arrows.
Okay, well,
Mead is being split with you, so unless you do something, you take 2 alcohol.
Oh, actually, this actually works. I will use one of the spare ones I had, my Impalero, reduce alcohol content of a drink by 2, so nothing.
Now, does that only apply to your half or the drink in general?
it applies to his half only. They basically now have 2 different drinks of 2 alcohol.
Ah, so Rhino takes 2.
Oh, at least you're getting rid of his reaction.
The wench thinks you should stop playing with the drinks.
Ooh. You're doing that for me?
Yeah.
It can only be stopped with I don't think so.
I know.
He's debating if it's worth it right now.
Well, got rid of his arrow, so that's nice.
Yeah, bitch.
Oh no! Oh, now Rhino is the bitch, instead of everyone else he's been calling a bitch.
And also, I ignore my half of the thing.
Okay, now you're a bitch.
Well, the wedge thinks you should
Well-
stop playing with the drinks.
Change the effects of drink includes negate, ignore, or split drink. Yep. Okay.
I was about to say, and targeted.
All right. That's my
Yeah,
turn. Wait,
yeah.
wait,
I find it funny that Brent is about to is splitting the drink, and she sees she sees Piper attempt to shoot her half, and she's just like, no. And Brent is like, you know what? I can't drink this right now. There's research to do. No, you drink it now.
The wench is just like, no, I'm watching all of you.
This is my
Shame finger
paycheck.
waggle. Shame finger waggle.
This is my paycheck on the line.
Also, I like how Warlord has the book, Piper has an arrow, Aaron has a tree, Wrench has, I guess, his wrench, because it's just in the same spot, and I just have a question mark. Thanks, Rhino.
Yeah.
Hey, Warthorn. Methinks you don't have the proper reverence for nature. I'm gonna bap you for 2.
Ow! And here I was defending you from the start.
I'm sorry, but you have 10 more health than I do.
Which is fair enough.
Alright, ordering phase. 1 for Piper. And...
Is this the KO?
You'll see.
From,
Did we take the dungeon event off of?
I
For
did-
Rhino's turn, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Deal with your drink. Deal with your drink. Flip it over and see what you pass out.
Alright.
You're gone.
I wild shape. I
Not
turn
yet,
to
not
a...
yet. Not yet. If you gain alcohol content from this drink, you may discard up to 5 cards from your hand. Gain 1 fortitude for each card you discard in this way.
Oh, so you do at least 2 cards and you're still in.
Oh yeah, shit, that's
That's a net gain for you.
I'm just gonna 5.
That's your character deck.
1,
I tried to put it on the not character deck.
5.
Alright,
But there
so,
you go. You gain 5 fortitude and gain 3 alcohol. You're still in.
Barely.
that was painful, but okay. And event time.
Good for you.
Leftover loot.
In turn order, each player decides if they want to help open the locked chest. After all players have decided, flip a coin. The players who helped open the chest find, if it's heads, piles of loot, 2 gold, or tails, it's a trap. Each player helped loses 2 fortitude and gains 1 gold.
So you're
Not
Here, I'll spawn in a coin while you guys decide who wants to.
Well, we have a coin right here.
Where?
Right
Oh,
here.
okay. Alright, so,
Okay,
Alright.
that's right there. Head to tails. Good.
okay, is Aaron going to help?
nope.
I'm realizing a problem with having my gold be in this is I don't know how much I have.
You have a lot. You're fine.
11.
Yeah, you got 11 golden.
it's exactly 11. I'll
Can't believe you doubted my counting prowess.
I'll sit out of it as well.
I'm high risk, high reward. I'm taking it.
Also, I'm putting the tokens back on.
Dan, you can afford it.
I was about to say, I've got the health to afford it. I'll do it.
And Rhino?
No.
Alright.
Green is tails. Head.
Heads! We each get 2 coins from the inn.
9. There you are.
Glad that worked out for you.
Yeah, pleasure doing business with you.
Pleasure doing business with you, lady.
Alright, so it's my turn.
It is indeed your go.
Draw your last pathetic totem, Yugi.
He doesn't know the show. It doesn't work.
Alright, I do Totem first.
Yeah, that's why I was saying it.
I know. I should be getting back to Duel Links thinking I want people to join me in that.
And now I draw.
Considering they added freaking XD summon.
Hey! Fuck off. Stop,
We
stop
want to
flip-
read the back of your box, damn it.
Stop flipping me over, it's not November.
Ooh, now we're eliminating what month it is.
Choose Samuel!
Rhino, stop fucking around with my buddy!
Oh, that was. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that was you.
No.
Okay,
Here, I think you know what? Here's what I
I'm so
think.
annoyed because of that. I'm sorry.
You know what? Because you're actually doing decently well. Actually, you're the healthiest. Hey, Wardhorn. Would you like to share a drink with me? One sip of this and you'll see spirits too.
okay. Another player, they gain 1 alcohol content.
Drink. Drink. And I get a totem? Alright, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to use my totem. Also, look at how the intoxicating totem looks.
Yeah.
Alright. So, pick another player, they gain 2 alcohol content, and you gain 1 alcohol content. And pick another player, they lose 1 fortitude. Now, I can split these up. If I put them both on one person, it is considered one action. So if you block one, you'll block the other. I'm gonna give another 2 alcohol content to Wardhorn.
Worth it.
And I'll do the fortitude loss.
Suddenly he's down here with the rest of us.
I'll do the fortitude loss to Piper.
Why?
Because I haven't hit you very much. Yo, only one. Only
Just
one.
one.
Oh, thank God, thank God.
Yeah.
I can deal with that.
Thank God, now I can use my self-inflicted arrows.
Alright. And with that done, I did
Drink.
play my...
Yeah, you played the action of 1 sip and you'll see spirits too.
Wench, bring them drinks for my friends.
Friend?
Wait.
Question mark?
Who are you people?
So you have 3 drinks.
But he has to pay gold first.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I was imagining that like SpongeBob clip. Who are you people?
I am confused. I wanted to order drinks for the great gods, but instead you are here? One for you. And last one, who do I want to make sure has a chaser?
Rhino. So I can die without a chaser.
You got it.
That's mean.
Oh shit. You had decided and put it away.
What's away? I don't understand. I'm just having the wench do nice things for these people. By getting you drunk so that you die and I can take your stuff and your skulls.
Speaking of drunk,
And your skull.
But to be fair, do you want me to take it or do you want Endor to take it?
It's around on the house. I'll have Endor take it and around on the house.
reveal a drink with possible chasers from the drink deck.
Oh boy.
Dragon Breath Ale! Everyone drinks Dragon Breath Ale!
Oh god.
Oh,
I wild shape into a tree.
I never miss a shot to ignore a drink.
Yeah, for me, maybe next time. Packed house tonight. Which is me ignoring the drink.
So Endor lowers it by 2. Endor and I are currently at the exact same thing health-wise.
Yep. About to die, Pact.
I play Bad Gizmo, don't drink that. Goodbye. Didn't even get to use it.
Rip.
Bad Gizmo, don't drink that! No!
Wait, how's a buckler in a box drink?
That's why it got destroyed.
Badly.
Alright, I end my turn. Obviously.
Alright, it's Piper's turn now.
Alright.
That was one of the worst things to come up for round on the house.
Yep.
At least it wasn't the 5.
Doing that. And
I want to be known this is my first time playing a hard difficulty character.
By the way, what did Piper drink it?
no, I ignored it.
Yeah, she ignored it because what was
Piper,
the card?
Piper,
Yeah, I
and,
never missed a shot.
Piper and Warthorn ignored it. Aaron reduced it by 2, and you ignored it. That lost it.
Alright. Oh, God damn it. I will once again skip my action phase.
Are you okay over there, Piper? You haven't done anything in a while.
Wait, actually, okay.
You have arrows.
I know.
I guess it's all reaction stuff.
I know, but freaking, like these, like one of them is very useful for something else, and I feel like I would rather have a better equipment before I use the rest. But yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna skip it, honestly. I will give a drink to... I will give a drink to Reg. And I'll take a drink to myself. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's not done. I will take a drink here. And it is... Drinking contest!
Fuck.
Alright.
Let's see what we get.
Berry Ale.
I want to chase her. And that chaser is a. Oh God!
Jail.
Hold on.
Got that.
Hold on. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna have to do this. Freaking. Hold up. The effects here. Oh, no. Okay. You don't collect scars by being a wimp. Gain 1 fortitude. And I want now. Yes. Take the 5.
All right, my turn. Which is
Just regular fairy ale.
a microbrew, obviously.
I got a hell of a chaser.
Alright, Rhino. Rhino's muted, so he might not know what's going on.
Of everything, a fucking
All right,
4 and 5 drinking contest. I took a 5. Dan took a 1.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my turn to draw.
Yeah.
Alright. Fortified wine.
Alright, so a 2. I feel like Jero's gonna win this. If Endor or I win it, we die.
I drink a dark ale, which does nothing because I'm still a tree. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, keep it out so we know your score.
Fire!
I scored
Oh, it's a drink event,
Lester.
so 0. I'm good.
Okay, so Jero wins. Everyone give him a coin.
I would gladly pay you for having consumed that beverage. They say it was They say it was created by the great Dragon Lord Ed.
Okay, so it's my turn.
It is short for his full name, which has 17,000 syllables. No, that
you
goes
may-
over here.
Oh, sorry. But you may call me Tim.
Okay, so it's my turn.
It appears so.
All right, so I'm gonna discard my raise and draw 5 cards.
God. I am so glad I got an event. I was gonna be screwed. I still might be screwed.
Hello.
You know what? We haven't done very much of it, so gambling. I'm in.
I hate you.
Ooh, floor gold.
Who's out?
Me, because I have no cards.
Oh. So you're paying the coin, and then you can't really do anything.
Well, I ain't going to do anything other than pass.
Well, yeah, but you still need to ante and such.
I did, Andy. I
Which-
was told
which
to
you
come
did
thing
have.
after a joke.
Alright. Okay.
Alright, so I am in control here. Rhino.
I pass.
Alright, and
Endor passes path. Gambling, I'm in.
Okay.
I pass.
Let's see, which cards do I have again? You know what? I'm not worried. The house always wins. I take control, and if someone had played a winning hand, I would have won it even if they had played winning hand.
Guys, there's a problem. I think these dice might be possessed.
Hold on.
You guys are skipping like half the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry,
right,
so
okay.
I-
Well, sorry.
Rhino first. Rhino first.
I'm gonna pass.
I think these dice might be possessed.
Hold it.
Endor has no cards.
I meant freaking for Dan to hold it because I had a sometimes card to use.
Yeah, yes, let Max goes first, and then you. He has to play his card before you play yours.
I know because you was about to scream out that you're about to use yours. That's why I was saying it.
Okay, go.
Salamanders.
Max does his thing and takes control.
And now I now decide to use this, and this might kill you. I'm sorry. A rogue, when a player loses a cheating card, I negate it, and the player loses 2 fortitude. Bye, Max.
Rhino, Jero, that's who you are. I just want you to know, you did this the bitch way that you're always complaining about.
How the bitch way?
Because we're in the middle of gambling that I'm forced to be in, and you just go, bleh, Max, you're dead. Meh, 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 meh.
Okay, let's divvy up his gold.
After the round of gambling ends...
Jero took his card back.
Jero.
You wanna
Jero.
whine about it? No, he wants to whine about it. I won't do it. He wants to whine about it. Fine.
We can't take it back though. When a card is revealed,
We've revealed cards multiple times and then taken them back.
Just do it. We
All
can
right.
move on. All right, so Max is technically alive until
Good
the
to know
round
that.
is over.
Good to know that Jero considers it whining when I do the thing that he always does.
Okay, let me just clarify something. So is Max considered technically alive until the round of gambling ends?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'd say no.
Well,
Okay, so let's divvy up his gold.
I'm gonna look something up. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Also, I just realized
during gambling, I guess that's what I'll look for.
Also, Max, you didn't let me do the freaking tie before with Silver. Let me do something for fuck's sake.
I'll put that
I
back.
didn't not let you do the tie. Silver's the one who said don't do it.
So
No,
I
you guys
realized.
said, no, you guys said they weren't gonna get. It was a bitch move.
Okay, and I'm the only one who takes the blame for it?
Endor, what did you find out?
The table has a command to automatically split the gold. You should use that. It's much easier than doing math.
I mean, it's literally one gold to each of us, and then the rest of the yen. So where's the command?
It's in the chat. It's exclamation mark split and then the color of the player is out.
Okay, I'm trying to look up the rule first.
And while you're using Google, I'll use the rule book.
I want to say you're still alive until the gambling ends.
Yeah, that's what I want to say too.
If we end up raising enough, that means none of us get money.
What if anyone does a raise?
Okay. I think it does have to wait until gambling finishes, because it says here, first, finish resolving any cards that have been played but have not yet resolved. I think the gambling would count as that.
I believe that's right.
Yeah, so
So then I think you're still in.
Okay. Also love you, Gerald.
Okay.
I know we bitch a lot, but you're still my friend, Max.
Yeah. Also, I will admit today's just been a very hectic and rough day, so that's why I was like, "Oh, you're blaming me. I'm gonna snap."
I'm
unhinged.
I'll say I've had a rough week considering certain events, which I won't mention.
Okay,
Also,
so
why
Jerry,
does it keep wanting to flip my deck? Stop doing that.
Because you're unhinged.
it's because it's now flipped. So now up here is where your deck would go, and down there would be where your totems go.
Why?
so
Because it's tied to the mat instead of the spots on the table.
No, leave it up, and then I'll. Well, no, it'll just be easier. Just leave it like this until the thing ends.
so anyways, Jero, take control.
Right.
All right.
Dan.
Then I must pass.
I raise.
You bastard!
I take control and everyone antes more.
So do you.
I know. But I'm in control.
I like to imagine, like,
Okay, correction! You're the bitch!
I imagine
Yeah.
Calvin's like
I'm
slowly
kidding,
bleeding out.
Should we just get like a token, a bitch token, and Charles just has to sit around?
Nah.
Anyway,
All right, so
Endor, you have to pass. Max, you're dead.
well, he's
first off,
technically still alive for this round.
That said, I do pass.
Jero,
Nothing.
Dan,
I have to pass.
Please help
Holy
me.
shit, I won!
Could someone please heal me?
Woo!
All right.
There is
Now, watch
There's
me do
nothing I can
magic.
Oh.
Nice.
Your
You
magic
just-
did not.
I think maybe it has to be someone with like the command privileges.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
All right, so let's just do this manually.
I'm just gonna take this gold.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a gold. So
Yep.
I finally won around.
someone. Oh, Dan, did you already take yours?
I took mine.
I
Okay.
took mine.
Okay. There were 4 left, and I thought Dan was coming over to get his, and I was like, someone took 2. Yeah. Hey, let me do it myself, asswipes.
You're being too slow because we were doing other things. Raw.
I'm noticing that's what people get mad at me for. How, like, not even in this, just in real life. How dare you be too slow at fulfilling this one thing because you have other things to do? How dare you? My thing is more important.
Alright,
So,
My favor
so-
that I asked you to do just today is more important than the schoolwork you had due since last week.
so,
Okay, so-
Dan ordered drink time.
yep. So, also, you had.
God
sentient-
damn it! If I got one more
Ooh.
fucking totem!
Alright, so this card is gonna go to Piper, and then I will drink my drink of light ale with the chaser.
Question:
Which is-
how did I get a second drink card?
Somebody gave you one. I think it was
It
Jerry.
wasn't
I think it
you.
was me, yeah.
Okay. I was
Okay,
making
so-
sure 'cause I thought I saw movement over by my thing.
Light ale with the chaser and dark ale.
Which one
Ah.
is better, Warthorn?
The classic combination.
Yeah, and I'll take it.
Oh, check it.
Alright, two alcohol.
I just want it to be known, Piper literally just shot Halden in the heart and killed him. You literally just killed me?
You just straight up murdered a madman. He did nothing wrong.
Everything was wrong with him.
He did nothing wrong. It isn't December.
I'm off to see the Great Badger in the stars!
Alright, so let's draw a token and see what happened.
Ooh yeah, event time.
That time.
If Ed Halden comes back to life.
Alright, and the event is
That'd be interesting if it was our kind of
a
thing.
contest of wills. In turn
Ooh.
order, each player must bid an amount of alcohol content higher than the last bid or pass. This continues until a player bids and everyone else passes. The winning bidder gains that much alcohol content, then draws until they have 9 cards in their hand.
Holy
So
shit.
everyone else, everyone else who bids, if they lose, they do not take that out.
Yeah, I figured I completely
That said,
passed.
there's only 2
Yeah,
people
but-
who can actually do this.
I will start by bidding 1 AC.
Okay.
Right now?
Landor's still a fucking tree, but.
Well, I mean, that only works for taking drinks, not alcohol content.
No, it's anything.
What the fuck?
I will
He's a
set
tree.
2 AC.
And
That's what I was going to do. Pass.
Pass.
yeah, I'll pass.
Alright, so I take 2 AC and I draw up to 9 cards.
How many games is this I've been the first one out? I think it's 3.
Ooh, boy,
Yeah, but at
so-
least you got to play this time.
Yeah, I'm still annoyed that I was the first one out, though. Especially because this was my first time playing a hard difficulty character.
And you did pretty damn well.
Max? To feel better, check voice chat chat.
Don't talk to me, I'm dead.
Oh boy, switch.
What a
I'm the,
tortellini.
Alright,
the imposter killed me, I'm not allowed to speak.
So it's now my turn.
What tortellini though? Look at that face.
I play self-propelled bear trap.
Turtle!
Tortoise. And what? Oh.
Yes.
Who do you kill?
So that's the question, because this is my all or nothing play here.
Hit a warlord, he won't actually die.
I'll say this, Rhino. If you attack Dan, it won't kill him, and he might come back at you.
Yeah, that was my thought. But I can't kill the tree because it's a tree.
Yeah, you can. Well,
It would be three damage, and she reduces that damage by 2, so she would only take 1.
Yeah.
She would
My bark is worse than your bite.
It's a pretty decent chance that she would die though. Next turn.
So it's either put me down to 1, put Aaron down to 1, or kill Piper.
Yeah, so in the interest of fairness, I attack Warlord.
Oh, he's looking at his cards.
I know he's looking at his cards.
Imagine he plays 2 retaliations.
I don't think he can.
That is an action card, unfortunately, so...
You take 3 fortitude. Yeah, gizmos are coming out hard now.
The bear trap latched onto your beard. It's in a self-propelled beard trap.
Wardhorn shall remember this.
Good to know. But we're about to all forget from drunkenness anyway.
Oh yeah, he had the drink!
Everyone's going to die. Everyone will die this turn.
We might die this turn if I'm wrong.
Someone has to get a drink, and then Rhino has to drink.
Yep. So
Not me.
let's make sure Piper has a drink. Oh wait, I forgot that Voltar didn't have a drink. There you go.
Alright,
All right, and now we see what drink this is. Drinking contest.
That'd be funny.
Oh, coffee! Yay.
Imagine coffee with a chaser.
That should be a card.
Water with a chaser. We're cutting you off with a chaser.
No.
All right.
Alright, so I am forced out of tree form by the rules.
Hold on.
Oh.
Now I'm good.
Max, take token off. I'm forced out of tree form by the rules.
I already did.
All right, Endor is still technically playing. I forgot that because he had no cards for so long. I thought he was out.
I can't tell if I want Endor to win because he's the only one remaining who hasn't won, or if I want Rhino to win because he's been fucked over this whole time.
I like to think I've been playing a pretty good game so far.
Nothing against Jero or Dan, it's just I'm leaning towards Endor and Rhino for those 2 reasons. Both are sort of underdog ways.
Alright, so what do you do, Endor?
I go to my give a drink phase and give a drink to you.
He's skipping his action.
That's what you get for asking.
Taking a page out of Jero's book.
Whoops.
Okay, and
He puts a gold in the middle for no reason.
I meant to put it in the thing because we have to spawn a new drink deck.
Oh,
Which,
right.
no one objects, I'm rolling the die since I took the last one out.
Yeah, that
Go
makes
ahead.
sense. 2. Bring out the next rounds.
Even though we're about to pass out. Alright.
Look, Warthog appreciates the business.
Imagine if everyone passes out before anyone even gets to drink any of these stuff.
Sweat.
you may split it. You must split it with another player who loses 2 fortitude.
Alright, so I may split it with someone.
So you can either kill someone, or
You can kill someone, or you can give it to Rhino.
Either way, unless you play something, you're dead.
Yeah.
So, I will give half to Rhino, because I want this to be as interesting as possible.
Now, do you give it to... Well, I guess no. Okay.
It's cut in half, so you take 2 fortitude, Endor will take 2 fortitude. They're treated as separate drinks now.
Hey, lunch, might you have a stronger tankard? I ignore a drink, and pay 1 to be in. Yes. All of these things and more.
I am going to play Noble Sacrifice, and nope, I cannot.
Yeah, it's not a drink.
Yeah.
Curse you, Noble Sacrifice.
My turn.
All right. Whoop.
I think
You're
there's
all-
a... No, it's not yet.
No, yeah, because Max is gone.
Yep, so it jumps to you, Jero.
Yeah, I thought there was an event, but not yet.
No, after Jero's turn. Now let's see if Jero survives.
I'm done with these gambling cards.
Hey, Endor, tip the winch.
Understood.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
You know what? I think it's time.
For what?
More
Yes,
shooty.
The
This is why-
Necessaro, which is
Oh,
you got tomorrow
no.
card.
Oh no.
See, this is why someone should have killed Jero.
Well, I didn't want to be mean.
I'll be honest. I'm glad you didn't. Let's see what happens.
Will it be the last second one health win?
Will Jero literally kill everyone by shooting them with arrows, and then his alignment becomes chaotic evil?
Aaron isn't a tree.
She is a
The
man.
Paro pick 2 players, they each lose 2 fortitude.
Oh god, you can kill 2 of us in one strike.
No matter what, 2 people die if they don't stop this.
I see. I had. You know what? I had it be me and
It's been you and Dan at the end of a couple.
I know that's why. So you know what? You know what? It's always been either me and Dan or me and Rhino. So freaking Rhino and Dan, bye.
Okay, hold on. Do you aim it at me or do you aim it at my gizmo?
I hate like if you die, you'll get more diets too. I'm aiming at you.
Okay. I play Noble Sacrifice. To get the
I don't think so.
The fortitude lost to me. Oh? I don't think so.
You fucker.
Yeah, I live.
I live,
I don't
bitch.
think so.
Oh!
I'm taking you with me.
You bitch. Oh, hold on.
No. It can only be another. I don't think so.
Well, the
Unless you're
train
trying to
gets to resolve, so he has another protect himself card.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, that too. That too.
I don't think so.
Get out of here.
The corpse of Halden comes back.
And he doesn't think so.
Okay, so that came from that, but Dan, you're just canceling my Noble Sacrifice?
No, guys. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking face.
Yeah, because noble sacrifice happens, then I don't think so nullifies that. You nullify his I don't think so. I nullify yours. So no noble sacrifice.
Oh.
Do you have anything else?
Any last words?
It's always the worst when you realize you don't have anything you can do.
Nah, I got nothing. I can't stop this now. That was my thing.
The
Yeah,
fact that Dan took you down with him.
fuck.
Alright, so...
I fired the bullet, but Dan kept it going.
For the record, the next gizmo I was going to play was the lightning generator.
Oh,
I also had this one, which would make me drink less, but that was becoming less and less of an issue more than killing fast.
yeah. Oh, and considering that, just to make sure she's dead, no offense, the Flaro, 3 fortitude
To me?
to you.
Well, you see, the thing that is, I fly away!
You're an hell raven.
Oh, hold on. When I actually hold on, I have a.
The bear suddenly grew wings and flew away. And Halden's not even here to say this is hallucination.
Come on, Jero, you got 2 more arrows. Take out the bird.
I'm trying.
Fail. Just pass, give the drink, and then drink and die.
I'm trying to see if I have something else.
Jero, since I'm dead, can I see your hand?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna need to. Okay, nobody else look at this. You know what? I'm actually gonna do a thing. I'm gonna. Hang on.
Can you just like let him do this? Because this is gonna take a while.
Well, I want to see for the viewers. It'll only take a second. I just have to turn something.
He paid a gold. Yeah. Why did he pay a gold?
Well, that was for the Flaro.
Okay.
All right. This will go away in a moment, Jero.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to have a problem.
Okay, hang on. Over here.
Oh wait, according to Max, since Jero killed me with an arrow, that makes him a bitch move, right?
Ah!
If you win, you're a bitch. That's how the game works.
Well,
If you win, you're a bitch.
Alright, and then... Okay, should I give my gold to Rhino and then he does the split, or should I just put my gold to the end?
Doesn't matter anyways. It turns into an odd number.
Okay, I'll toss my gold to the end.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm going to cut Rhinos in half and then cut in half again. So there's a pile over by Rhino's money for you, Jero.
And I'll take it to Jero. There he goes.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
power
I
in your money
took
and
a
your
look
money.
at Jero, I have one thing to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I imagine that's basically been what your hand's been like for the last several rounds.
pretty much. And I'm going to just do this to get rid of it. The Sparrow, freaking, you and I both pay the end.
I'm just kind of playing around with buttons right now.
No, yeah, that's pretty much, that's I think all I can really do right now. Again, besides give pretty much now all I can do is give you a drink and it either saves me or
Wrong
kills me.
person! Oh no, it's Endor. For some reason I thought it was Rhino. Bleh. Sorry. I'm
It's
dead.
either-
I'm crazy.
It either saves me or kills me.
That's a kill.
I'm dead.
So I want to show viewers what was in my hand.
Wait, before you do that, can you stop it at all, Jero?
Jero said he's dead.
Are you...
Well,
Like,
you have to make sure.
well, it's because the something that affects me like an action sometimes anytime, not a drink.
Ooh.
So no, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the wine kills me.
Yep. So it's a win for Endor as Aaron the Ever-Changing.
I'm the
this-
only one here who hasn't won yet, besides...
This is my hand, so I had another protection from his cards. I had a protection from drink if he split a drink with me. And if he somehow got through both of those, I had somebody take him down with me.
Honestly, if you had to take me down, I would take you down with me too.
Okay.
also had,
What more story from the Delirious Wardhorn? Everyone ready?
Sure.
So sorry.
Did I tell you how I founded the Red Dragon Inn?
That's how appropriate is that?
But the Red Dragon Inn was built on the cemetery of all the deer skeletons.
We serve adventuring and common folk alike.
Like,
Cheers,
this
everyone.
would have helped earlier. Ah!
Also, it's funny, so Aaron is like part reactions and part gambling.
Bear, Raven, Bear, Raven, Bear, Raven, Bear,
Also,
Raven.
AFK token. It
Don't
blends
worry,
into
God.
the void.
Don't worry, guys. It's fine. I'm gonna save... I can't grab it. Okay.